Elasticity. The definition of elasticity is when a solid object returns to their original shape and size after being deformed and the deforming force has been released. Hooke's law is a law of physics that outlines the force needed to extend or compress a spring by some distance, which is proportional to that distance. Coiled springs, also called helical springs because they have the helix shape, which are found car suspensions and retractable pens. They are used to determine the force constant, displacement, and force in a stretched or compressed spring. The equation is F equals minus kx. F is the force that is measured in newtons, x is the extension or compression of the spring, which is measured in meters, and k is the constant of proportionality measured in newtons per meter. It takes twice as much force to stretch a spring twice as far as its original length. The amount of stress we apply on a spring is the same amount of strain will be observed on it. Stress is the force over area, and strain is change of length over original length. In this diagram, it shows on the left a normal spring. In the middle picture, it shows that the spring has been stretched at x length with F force. And the picture to the right of that is the same spring stretched twice as much as the x length, which gives it twice as much force. Here are two examples of Hooke's law's formula.
So example 1, if the force constant is 360 newtons per meter and the spring is stretched out by 0.12 meter, what is the force? So I would suggest that first you would do a diagram. So this would be a normal spring, which is 360 newtons per meter. And then it's asking, like, the spring got stretched by 0.12 meters. So from here to there is 0.12 meters. Now it's asking what force, like how much force is used. So we know that x equals 0.12 meters, k is 360 newtons per meter, and we are trying to find the force. So we will use a formula which is F equals minus k times x. So negative 360 times 0.12, which will give you negative 43.2 newtons. So a force of 43.2 newton is stretched the spring.
A force of 120 newtons is stretching a spring by 0.55 meters. Calculate the force constant. So you have the spring, and we don't know what k equals. The second one is stretched out, which is 0.55 meters, and F is 120. So we're given F equals 120, X equals 0.55, and we don't know what k equals. So you do k equals F over x, which then equals out to be 120 over 0.55, which then gives us 218.78 So the force constant is 218.78 newtons per meter.
These were the references used for the information that was provided in this video.